How's it going, lads? Welcome back to another superhero jersey creation video. This time we have the Flash, our first DC Comics character so far. This one was made for the Noosa Kangaroos, and this one was a fun one to do. Very similar to the first two superheroes that we did, in terms of it just being a bodysuit. But this one, because it's the Flash, we're able to add some extra little bit of cool little details, such as lightning, and try to create an effect that lightning is lighting up. So this is how it started. Very simple, very similar to the way the others started, which is just making that bodysuit, giving it the muscles and stuff like that. I did run into a bit of a problem when I went and put this logo on the jersey. The fade that I did give it broke in some way. I'm not sure why it broke, and not sure what causes this, but instead of it having a fade like it does on the logo itself, it had it was almost like the jersey was the logo creator, if that makes sense, and it was moving around the fade. So I had to come back in and change that. But here we have the abs, which so far my best looking abs I've ever made. Beautifully sculpted abs. I wish I could do that in real life. Just paint some abs onto my body, but stuck with a couple rolls. W Bakery. Anyways, so we have me going in now and readjusting it to get rid of that those fades, and then I went and manually added in some shadowing. The first attempt here didn't go quite well, so I had to delete it and then just do a more simplified version, which I've explained this many times before. This is just the shadowing effect that comic books have when showing off muscle definition, as you've seen in the previous three videos. It's all the same stuff. It doesn't change the method of making these. It's just the design that changes. Here I am adding some extra bit of shadowing to the abs, and then copying and pasting that design onto each of the other two groupings. And then here I am just going through and cleaning them up a little bit. Here's the ribs design. So this one's quite simple. It's just a dark opacity layer with some negative space to have some of that red of the jersey pop through. I wanted to try something different, just to see if I can kind of, not sure simplify, but just work around these kind of things, just to see if I can get into a different kind of workflow with it. I'm going to add a background to this chest piece here, just to kind of make it stand out a little bit more on that red jersey. Then I'm going to add a bit of an outline to this, like underneath the pecs area, like the rib kind of top rib area. Adding in some extra little bit of highlights to create a nice silky kind of shiny look to this this jersey. It came out really well. There's a few things I could have done a little bit better here, but strapped with time, so I didn't really want to spend like 2 to 3 hours on this design. I kind of I'm trying to manage my time a little bit better nowadays. But here's the start of that first shadowing here. I mean lightning. So all I did was just make one and then copy and paste it, because that's the easier way to do it, and then just move it around a little bit here and there. Went and go and check it on the jersey. You've seen a little bit of a sneak peek there. Then we decided to make the belt, which the belt was surprisingly the hardest part. I don't understand how this belt was the hardest part, but I kind of struggle with making lightning. I don't know. It's a weird shape to me that I can't really wrap my head around, because I'm more of a person that, when it comes to like artistic design, I like to get things done quicker than getting things done like particular. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care how the outcome looks. If it's like perfect, I just care if I got it done. But here's the front of the belt. I thought it looked decent, so I, kept on going. Here we are adding a black background so it doesn't look like it's just a slapped on thing. Which this thing turned out pretty nice. Like this front just um, design itself is a striking kind of image. You know what I mean? Like it looks cool, and I'm glad it kind of looked pretty good on the jersey as well. Here I am just adding a little bit of highlights and a couple other things to this belt, and then I'm gonna add some opacity yellow to it so that it kind of looks like, there's some extra bit of lightning that's glowing off of it and going into a different direction. Give it some more dynamic looking um, structure to it. I don't know if those are the right words, kind of things, but you know what I mean. Adding in that V shape, shout out to the V, and I think I added, yep, a couple extra highlights here and there of yellow just to kind of make it look like that lightning is giving off a light source. And then we're going to add a little bit of detail into that center logo piece to make it look like, it's got some shadowing to it as well. We move on to the shoulder, which again, if you've seen me do shoulders before, it's very simple. It's literally just like, this kind of shape, and then, doing in a couple shadows here and there for the muscles. I did end up changing this because it looked a little bit too busy on the jersey, so I came back through and changed it. But for now, this is what it looks like. Got the lightning coming through, adding some shadowing to it, and then giving it some light as well, so it looks like the lightning continues from the chest all the way up through to the shoulders. I added a second piece right here, as you see, which will connect up to one of the pieces on the chest, so then it looks like it continues from the chest all the way to the shoulder. Give it like a nice looking seamless kind of design. As you can see, a little bit of a sneak peek there. So here I am changing it up and cleaning it up a little bit just to make it less noisy and less busy. And then the back. This back design is relatively simple to the rest. Kind of looks like pecs, and then like what do they call them? Rib designs. But I don't really have a formula of doing this at the moment. Like I said, I'm trying to do these as quickly as possible because I'm not trying to spend too much time on them. The main effort area should be on the front. You know what I mean? So I put more of that effort into the front than I do with the back. But maybe I'll change that up at some stage. But that's basically the back, and that's basically the whole jersey. All I did was make a copy of the front to just get the belt and then continue it on. But here it is. That was anticlimactic with the end, but I appreciate you if you've stuck around. Hopefully you enjoy this video and enjoy this creation. Please give me a like and sub, and give me a comment as well. I really hope you are enjoying this style of content. I do have more planned. So appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.